Brothers Hot Rod, another episode of Project Sam. I got some stuff to go over, so stick around, stay tuned. Me and Bubba's got some stuff to show you. Yeah? Bubba's out here sniffing stuff. Now this shop is a little bit smaller than the other one. I can show you some more around the house a little later, but there isn't a lot of room in here, so today I plan on painting over some of these areas that I was working on, bodywork style, down along this bottom side, around here in the back. I'm just going to spot paint them and then go over it again when I paint the whole truck. And I have decided not to sell Sam. You know, Joe was looking online for a couple of these trade deals or whatever, and everything he came up with had high mileage, was a big pile of crap, so I'd be better off keeping this, which I plan to do. So as far as an insurance perspective, because this thing is now an antique, it's cheap, and because of my age, being 36, that's cheap, and the registration's only $72, so comparatively speaking to a newer vehicle, this is cheaper. Yes, there are some bugs to work out. Yes, I am broke and can't afford to fix them now, but it'd be in my best interest to keep it, so I'm going to keep it. You guys talked me into it, so calm down. I'm not going to live with the regrets, and I would regret it if I sold it, so I'm not going to do it. And I've got everything pretty much sanded down and stuff, and I'll go over some tips and tricks and junk. But that's for the next scene. As for right now, me and Bubba got some stuff to do. Alright, so I pretty much went over Sam all over the whole body with this 150 grit paper. It's pretty wore down though. I'd recommend like a 220 if anything, but I have some deep scratches in here that aren't going to show up on the picture, but trust me, they're there. And there's some like rough areas here where some of the old paint left an edge, and after a really slick glossy coat, you definitely, your eye'd go, bam, look at that. So I'm also using a block out of styrofoam because Sam does have some curved edges, and sometimes I need it to bend with the contour, but it also works as a flat block and keeps the sanding really nice and smooth, and the smoother you get it, the better your overall paint job. I'm also using the Bondo Ultimate. The stuff you can put right over paint. Doesn't really matter. It's a good product, and you can go a step higher than this, and it's called a finishing putty. It's got very fine particulates, and you don't get a lot of these little bubbles of troubles or whatever, little voids. But if you're broke and poor like me, this is a better overall solution. That you can do spot on the job kind of repairs, blah blah blah. And something else you want to do it when you're sanding these, just a tip, don't trust your eye. Your eye's going to say, oh, I'm done, because your brain's lazy. Rub your hand over it, and if you feel any like little, then you go back over it. But don't trust your eyeball. You can take like pencil lead, graphite, whatever, and pat it over it, and when you wipe it down, it'll show you high and low spots. But when you're using white, you don't generally see them. There's dips, you know, and stuff in all metal. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spot these, and then wherever I have like, oh man, that's ugly, I'll just put some more of that on and repeat these steps. But if you stick to those, you'll come out with a good paint job. Okay, so I was using the smaller gun just because it's a little more controllable, use less paint, easier to clean. Went over all the spots that were pretty bad. There's a big one there, big one there. Remember the bumper, the one that was there, this one down the side. Now this is just the first coat. I gotta let it flash. Like that one, you can still see the stuff through it. But once it dries a little bit, it's kind of cold, then I'll come out and give it another coat, and then blah 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 blah. Alright, so I got the second coat on, but it's so cold out here I'm getting runs. Nasty, nasty. So I'm going to let that dry. But for the most part, they're all covered up. protecting from rust. Yeah, baby. Gonna need a couple more coats, but I also have some other spots I need to work on. So I'll get to that at another time, just not today. Alright, people, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Gotta let paint dry. I hate it when it's cold, man. The stuff runs. So, thanks for tuning in and watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Till the next episode, peace out, baby.